Plan your spend. How do we do that? With the evil word budget. Uh-oh. We're going to talk about that in today's episode. So, budgeting can be either a godsend to some or a curse word to others. So, what's the difference and why do some view it as positive and some view it as negative? Mindset. Hear me out. So, those who view a budget negatively see it as a way to tell you what you can't spend your hard earned money on. Like, no, you can't have that. No, you can't do that. I mean, if I just earned $1,000 from a show, why shouldn't I have earned the ability to spend that $1,000 on something new for myself? I did it. I made it happen. Yay me. Now, those who view a budget positively see it as a way to effectively save and spend at the same time, which in my opinion is a much more preferred mindset. Example, after all, if you just spent a bunch of time and energy to promote, produce, and perform a show that earned you $1,000, doesn't it make sense to put 800 of that into a music business fund to help with later projects like recording and touring and maybe doing some other thing for your brand, your music brand, and treat yourself to something for $200 as a reward? You still get to treat yourself. You still get to take care of yourself, but you're also taking care of your music business and future proofing and planning as well. Trust me, I have seen both mindsets in play in my own life, in my family circle, within my friend base, and for other artists. It is a real thing, but it needs to be viewed as a positive thing. Now, there are a few methods to executing a budget, but to date, my favorite is the method known as a zero-based budget. So what zero-based budget means is that if you make $3,000 every month, you give every single one of those dollars a job before you spend or even earn it, before it even hits your bank account. That way, you have a plan to ensure you stay disciplined with how your money works for you. At the end, every single one of those $3,000 should have a purpose, and none of them are left with wiggle room or areas of question in your mind. So let's take a look at a zero-based budget example using the planned $3,000 income that we had previously. So initially, this example is going to be more around your personal needs, but it also is going to incorporate some of your music needs as well, and this can be used in a business aspect as well. So first, take care of your basic needs: food, utilities, shelter, transportation. These four things need to be what's considered your four walls. They're going to provide the stability, and if you prioritize them, that means that your music career and your ambitions and passion and following your entrepreneurial spirit isn't going to bury you in the long run, right? So let's say these four things total $1,500, just for round number's sake. I know that's kind of unrealistic, but let's just say that's the case. So $1,500 spent, you now have $1,500 left. Next, you want to focus on more of the secondary stuff. Let's say that's insurance, clothing, spending money that you can use with time with friends and going out to the movies or the bar or restaurants, what have you. That gives you some of that entertainment funds that you might be looking for or think that you're not allowed to have when you have a budget. So let's say these three things, insurance, clothes, and spending money, are roughly $500. So now you have $1,000 left of that original $3,000. So third, maybe you find that storing some extra funds from your personal paycheck for music gear and other career essentials would be helpful. This could be on the personal side again, or could be applied to the business side. But in this example, let's just say that you save $500 from that remaining 1,000 for music and gear. So now you have a fund for your music career and any gear that you might need coming up. And finally, whatever remains goes into savings, and ideally personal savings in this case, but you can also do this with a business savings so that your business or your personal side could have an emergency fund for future rainy days. So because you have $500 left, that $500 goes into a savings account, personal or business. That means now that you are effectively at zero. You have spent all of your money properly, given it a home, given it a job. Congratulations. One more note on the whole savings account thing. If you consider savings to be one of your expenses, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to budget for it, plan for it, and convince yourself that it's okay to spend this money on yourself later, just in case you have any kind of rainy day problems. So make sure that savings is considered an expense, even though you're only paying yourself. It's going to be a lot easier in the long run. So, like I said earlier, this budgeting can also apply to business, and we will probably have another video on how to do budgeting and allocate funds for your business in a different video. However, let's say that $500 for the music and gear fund that we talked about earlier could be growing and has enough in there. So, what are some of the things that you might want to use it for at some point? Well, what gear do you need, and what are the costs at some point? Be nice to kind of have like, hey, a go-to where I can actually afford the gear that I need, or any of the things that come for touring, recording, producing, any of these things, of course, all the fun stuff, right? When you're getting into the studio, think about, can you afford to pay a recording engineer? Possibly yes. Now, can you afford to have it mixed and mastered properly? Maybe even in spatial audio. Wow, imagine that. Can you afford to pay studio musicians, or are you helping also pay for your own band? Can you pay to have merch design and produce now? Wow. Can you afford to cover the cost of show promotion yourself? Maybe. And then all you have to do is pay back yourself, so you're not in debt to anyone else except for yourself. Not a bad situation. Finally, can you subscribe to digital platforms such as Patreon or other platforms that have membership fees for you as an artist, so that it can help you monetize your fan base and recoup those costs over time? These are just several examples, but the opportunities are endless. So make sure to have that music fund, whether it's personal or business. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope that you find value in it in terms of being able to actually have funds to grow your life and your business as a musician. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment. It really helps me out with that, and I appreciate all the support you guys have given over the years. And I will see you on the next video.